The cooking app is just getting better and better. And some of the improvements that we made recently to the iPhone and the iPad app are really pretty cool. When you launch Cooking for iPad, the first thing that you see is this live recipe feed. Some of the really cool new improvements, though, are when you tap My Recipes here on the bottom navigation bar, for example. Now you can navigate the recipes in your cookbook library. And this navigation has been much improved. For example, once you just tap on a cookbook, then you can see the chapters in that book. And as you tap a chapter, then you can see the recipes that are in that book. And so browsing around is so much easier and so much more fun on the iPad because you have this full navigation screen. We're taking full advantage of the extra real estate that you have here on your screen. And when you want to see a recipe, you just tap it. Applesauce gingerbread cake. Cool. And to go back, you just tap back up in the top left here, My Recipes. And you can browse around and navigate some more. And this new navigation interface that just went live last week, it works well when your device is oriented in landscape mode. And if you switch it to portrait mode, it works really well there too. Chicken and Rhodes pot pie. Every time I use this app, I find delicious new recipes. And it inspires me. It's so fun. This new navigation method is fun. Now, there's some other new features that we came out with recently. For example, when you're looking at the live recipe feed here, you know, like this most captured recipe, this looks interesting to me. And I want to know why it's the most captured. What is it that everybody finds so intriguing about this recipe? Out of all the recipes on the live recipe feed, this is the one that was captured the most over the last 24 hours. And I'm curious to know why. And right now I can tell you, I'm a little bit intrigued. These look really delicious. Oh man, look at that. Now that looks good. So here's the recipe. I don't want to write this all down, right? And in fact, I don't know how I'm going to make this unless I get it in a format that's more usable for me. Because I think I want to tweak this recipe. So what I'm going to do is tap this capture button in the top right corner here and let the cooking elves work their magic. Alright, the recipe was successfully captured and saved into the captured recipes chapter of the Inbox cookbook. That just happened. Oh my gosh, with one tap. So cool. So now I'm going to go to My Recipes and I'm going to go to the Inbox cookbook, the captured recipes chapter, and there's my Jack Daniel's glazed chicken meatballs. Oh man, with one tap I've captured this recipe. Now here's the thing. I'm looking at this and I want to tweak it a little bit. Here's what's cool. With cooking on your iPad, you just tap this More Options menu in the top right corner here. And now I can choose Edit Recipe. And we've improved this edit screen to take advantage of the extra real estate that you have on your iPad screen. I notice here that it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now I like mine with a little more kick. So what I'm going to do is tap on that. And I'm going to change that to 1 teaspoon. And I'm going to save that change. There we go, 1 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Now the other cool thing you can do is you can change the order. I'm going to tap on this edit button next to the ingredients column here. And right next to 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, there's these bars off to the right here, these little grabber bars. I'm going to tap on that and hold my thumb down on it and then drag it. I'm going to move that up so I can remember that that's the one I tweaked. Now while I'm at it, while I'm editing this recipe that I just got off the internet, I'm going to tweak it a little more. Right down here near the bottom it calls for 1/4 cup of Jack Daniel's whiskey. Now we don't have that in our house, and I don't want to run down to the liquor store to get it. And so because it's mine, and I can do whatever I want with it, I'm going to delete that. Oh man, it's so cool. Now I'm going to tap done. I'm done editing this recipe and making changes. Oh, except for one more thing. The name up here needs to change, because it's not Jack Daniel's glazed chicken meatballs anymore. It's now mine. Dan's glazed chicken meatballs. Because I just changed it. I just made it mine. I'm going to claim it's mine too. And so now I'm going to tap save. And here's my recipe. Dan's glazed chicken meatballs. I don't want this in the inbox anymore, right? In the Inbox cookbook, because I just changed it and I made it mine. I don't want to save it in a place where I can find it again. So I'm going to tap More Options in the top right here. And I'm going to choose Move Recipe. And I'm going to choose Dan's Recipes Cookbook. And I'm going to choose the Recipes Found on Internet chapter. Success. Okay, the recipe was successfully moved. So I just found a recipe on the internet, tweaked it, customized it to make it my own, and saved it in my own personal cookbook. Let's go see if it's there. Dan's recipes, I'm going to select. I'm going to go down here to recipes found on internet. And there it is, Dan's glazed chicken meatballs. Now it's cool that I've got this recipe on my iPad. And that way, when I'm preparing it in the kitchen, it's going to be so easy because I'm going to have my iPad sitting there right in the kitchen. But I want this recipe on my iPhone as well. Because when I'm at the grocery store, I want to take a look at these ingredients and double check them. Well, that's no problem. I'm going to tap sync down here on the navigation bar. I'm going to tap sync now. All done. Now I'm going to go to my phone. I'm going to launch my cooking app. I've got it right there on the bottom right hand side, so it's close to my right hand thumb, so I can launch it quickly and easily anytime I want. I'm going to tap sync here. I'm going to tap sync now. And now when I go to my recipes, Dan's recipes, recipes found on the internet, there's Dan's glazed meatballs. And I've got this recipe right at my fingertips on my phone. Dude, so cool. Now what's cool is I can edit this recipe on my phone too. Same way, edit recipe. Scroll down. In this case, let's say I just made this and I want to rate this recipe 5-star. I just do that right there in the edit screen, tap save. And now, later on, when I forget, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to go, oh, this is a 5-star recipe. I rated this 5-star. So, in case I forget, I'll know. This is a really good one. The iPhone app is just getting better and better. The iPad app has made so many fun improvements. And coming up in just a few days, we're going to release another iOS update with some more cool new features. So, keep your eyes peeled. And, oh, by the way, what a great way to start the new year, having all your recipes organized, your meal plans, getting your menus and your shopping list and everything under control so you can make it a great year.